Let's say it's not a perfect reaction, not everything reacts. I would not be able to do this. So let's just delete this one and copy this one. So we are gonna not a full conversion, but a what's that? Non-ideal. Let's call it that. So I've just copied the entire thing, and we're gonna put this in as an unknown again and say I don't know that this will necessarily be 0. I then need another equation. I could then say, okay, if I'm told the extent of the reaction, how much is going to be converted. Let's say I'm told that 80%, so let's write it here, 80% is converted. So 80% of my limiting reactant has to be converted. Well, if I want to check for that, I could just say, I usually turn it around and say, okay, if 80% is converted, that means 20% is not converted, right? Basic maths. So I'm gonna say, okay, 20% of my acetylene is not converted. How much do I send in? Well, I have my 20 kilomoles here. And if they're not converted, they must exit. So I just subtract over here. So I have 20% of what comes in minus what comes out. If that gives me 0, that means 80% has been converted. So now we modify our solver and we say, actually, let's just reset it. I want one of my equations to be 0. I want the two others to be 0. And I now have 3 variables I can play around with. Let's see if it's stuck or not. No, it finds a solution. Everything is satisfied. So that's how I would adjust to having a non-ideal process where I don't have everything being converted.